Welcome back, everybody, to Turn or Warped, Season 2, Episode number 20. Sorry for the long break there. We had to say goodbye to Simply. She had to, not an emergency. She did have to take Quincy to the vet. So we just
for an appointment.
Yeah, for an appointment. We just said goodbye to her. So sorry for the long break there. We will be using mature language. Prepare yourselves however you want to do that. And yeah, we're back. So. Do not infect my stream with your soundboard. You can do whatever you want on your stream. Whatever you want. But keep your soundboard off of my stream, please.
Where's my kazoo?
You just came through twice, by the way. So. Yeah,
What have you done, Peachy?
I don't know.
What have you done?
So, anyway. The fight at the end of the alley as Betty takes aim with her pistol. Betty.
Right.
Please make your attack roll with your pistol.
Right.
Your phaser pistol.
I'm going to also sort of like step out of cover to do this because I have the reckless exploit. Which is your poor judgment often lands you in trouble.
It's just like real life.
But it leads to a certain confidence. Hey! Leads to a certain confidence. If you completely ignore cover, you gain a plus 1d6 attack bonus as long as you are not using a shield. So yeah, Betty just steps out of the middle of the alleyway. Right then! So yeah. So I just roll the pistol plus... I'm also...
It's either agility or intuition for ranged weapons.
Yeah. Do I just press the phaser button on this thing?
Yep.
Or right? Okay. Oh man, what was I going to say? Yeah, I can set it to stun as well, can't I?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a phaser.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm setting my phaser to stun.
Okay.
You know. All right, and I just added a 1d6 afterwards. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay.
Did you push the right one?
I'll push the button on my equipment thing. Oh no, we should be attacks instead.
Should be attacks.
Derp derp.
Okay. A 20.
Plus another d6, right?
Height. No, it's already got. I've already got your modifier in there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's
the reckless one, yeah.
Yeah, that's a 66. No, I don't have the reckless one. So yes, you get an extra one for your reckless. I have the high quality pistol in there.
Aha.
Okay, an additional 4, so a 24. So just as the hammer comes back on this person's pistol, holding up to the mystery woman, you could see her face go white as hit by the phaser blast. They fall to the ground, stunned.
Right then, you're right there, love.
Nice shot.
Thank you. We've been practicing special.
This is probably the first time that she's looked at you this way, too. She kind of looks like impressed. She says, come on. She reaches out for your hand.
Right, where are we going now? You're a placer? But wait, I am really not a placer. You're a place then.
She says, we're not out of this yet.
Oh,
she runs you out onto the street. She runs you out onto the street. You can see there's some commotion outside as several other people dressed, I think, in black, probably the equivalent of like motorcycle jackets. They have not like motocross jackets, like those tight leathers, sort of closed black. They look like they're sort of watching another alley further down. They get a look at you and the mystery woman, and she says, shit. She looks around, jumps on the back of what looks to be like a sort of futuristic motorcycle. She like reaches up and punches her fist into the console of the motorcycle, breaking something. She takes off her gloved hand and you could see that she's got like a cybernetic hand. She takes.
Does that have a point break function?
She takes 2 of the fingers and like jams them into the console, and the motorcycle sort of turns on. She goes, "Hop on."
Betty hops on. She's like, "What else can you turn on with that thing then, eh?"
She smiles for the first time since you've met her, and she says, "I think I like you." Gets on the back of the motorcycle and and she says, "Hang on, tight." What? God,
Visual jokes for the podcast.
Betty went straight for the upper body, frontal region. Yes. The cycle takes off as shots ring out behind you. The motorcycle's tilting left and right as the woman is navigating through the traffic at extreme speeds. Cars are whizzing past, honking their horns. And she says, "What's your name again?"
Betty! What's yours?
She says, "You can call me," and she's like thinking about it for a second. "Call me Molly."
Right, Molly.
And Molly like immediately hits the brakes really hard. The front, the back of the bike like tips up, like she stops like on the front wheel, and she says, "Betty, get out your gun."
Right.
The bike is like leaning up on the front wheel. You can see now that she stopped right before the tail of a car in front of you. She turns the cycle hard and accelerates. The bike takes off. The back lands hard again. As she does this, she sort of takes off down a side alley going past the car. Around you, you can see that a lot of the traffic has been kind of held up. But looking to your left, which would have been where you came from, you can see that there's other motorcycles that are making their way through the traffic at high speeds, approaching your location. It appears that the people do have weapons that are drawn. As you make your way down the alley, Molly is accelerating at high speeds. There are obstacles, people all around, trash whizzing past as you make your way down that way. While this is going on, Ilya.
Yes.
You notice that Dr. Icarus and Thick have kind of disappeared. What are you up to?
I'm still talking to the Jurassic lady.
Okay. I'd like for you to give me a reputation plus your... yeah, I don't think you got shit on this.
Yeah, I need to get... Intimidation would be what I'm looking for.
Intimidation would be helpful. It's just a straight up reputation roll if it's better than charisma for you.
Okay. Oh, and I refreshed. There we go. 12?
You don't get a lot from her. It's quite clear that she's kind of holding something back. But she seems disinterested. She doesn't seem to care. And she's a lot bigger than you. Mm-hmm. She's probably like 375 pounds of muscle.
Yeah. Listen. Do you know what the 10-7 charge is?
She looks at you, and her face tentacles kind of wiggle. She says, "No!"
It is the obstruction charge for willingly obstructing and preventing the finding and arresting of a criminal. We know a woman went down in the alley. You're not saying anything, and you could wind up with a credit fine and spend some time in jail. I don't want to have to do this, but we need this information. It's important.
You are a detective. Use that brain of yours. And she kind of pokes you in the head like this. And try and figure it out. I have better things to do. And she just kind of like continues to vape and starts to walk away.
Don't walk away. Please put your hands behind your back, and I reach for cuffs.
She keeps walking.
It's Ma'am is battery on a police officer, and if you do not stop, it's failure to obey lawful order and resisting arrest. You'll spend much time in prison.
She keeps walking.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up and slap a cuff on.
Okay. I would like you to please roll me either your agility or your strength, plus brawling if you have it.
No, I do not have brawling. I have No, I don't think I have anything that apply. I've got my Aikido.
Yeah, you do. You do actually have Aikido, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get a wrist grab and slap one on, so 5d6. Just click my Aikido skill. What?
A 10 on a 5d6. You go to slap the cuffs on expecting kind of an easy type of situation, but your wrist grab is immediately kind of slapped off. When you go for the wrist grab, she spins, grabbing your wrist and spinning you into the wall. Your face just slams into the brick wall in front of you, drawing probably like a little bit of blood from your nose. She sort of pushes you roughly, and let's see. 5, 7, 12, so 12, another 6, 18 versus your melee defense.
Nah, I got a 20 from my melee defense.
Okay, so she tries to push you down, but you sort of don't get knocked prone. She will take off, though.
When she pushes me back, I would, if I'm like starting to trip, I want to do like a flip to make sure I stay on my feet, and then run right after her.
Okay. Yeah, you start chasing after her, your coat billowing behind you. She's doing one of those things where she's just grabbing whatever's in the alley and just kind of making it fall behind her, so you're having like a difficult time chasing her. Give me an agility plus your running, please.
17.
Hold on, I gotta check something. Where do we go? Universal upgrades. Okay. I gotta see what her stats are. Did not expect this to happen. That's what happens when you roll like shit.
I'm sorry. Just stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna say probably 6, 11, 13, 19. Yeah, so she's running a bit faster than you. It's probably all the obstacles that are getting pulled in the way. You're kind of getting stuck on a few, and just things are getting kind of clogged up. You can see her make her way around one of the alleys up ahead and to the left, but you get your foot caught like probably on a garbage can or something. It's kind of rattling around. You have to kind of dislodge it for a second, and she just kind of books down the alley.
Yeah, I run up the alley and take a look down. Do I still see her, or is she broken line of sight?
She's broken your line of sight.
Fucking. I get out my detective notebook and I take down a quick note about this.
A scalding review.
Furiously. Yeah.
Scathing, rather. Yeah.
I just lost my pen because I threw it angrily. Where'd you go, pen? Come back!
That's what you get. Never write angry.
Would you like to borrow my really amazing fountain pen? Yeah, look at that shit. Sexy.
Dr. Icarus. You start to try to pop open the panel in the fast food place, the Happy Hippo. Go ahead and give me a... oh, God. I'm trying to brute force it.
I would like to argue electronics here, because I'm trying to get at the wires at the back.
Okay. It'll be strength plus electronics, though.
Okay. 12.
On a 3d6, that's not horrible. That's not horrible.
Still shit, though.
Let me check something. One thing. Hold on. I think I just loaded the wrong book. Okay. So yeah, you sort of pop off the panel there. You're staring at a bunch of wires and such. What do you do?
Okay, so I want to connect the red wire to the blue wire that completes the circuit to open the door, basically.
Okay. Give me electronics plus logic.
Oh, there we go. Electronics plus logic. 18.
18 on a 5d6. Yeah, you... the door just kind of... You hear the lock just go...
I just...
Doctor, I think the door is open now. Good work.
Well, of course. I am a genius.
I expected you to use your large muscles to open it, since that is supposed to be your role here.
Damn. I did kind of brute force the frontage off, though. Does that count?
I don't know. I don't assign the style points.
We'll just say that you did it.
Okay. I think the muscle is supposed to go first.
Right, yes.
Bursts through the door. Kind of clatters to the wall. And it probably rebounds and smacks you.
It's the chipmunk.
Open the door. Behind there, it's a small storage area. There's some cleaning supplies. And various, like, probably food supplies that get placed into the machine. Maybe like...
Is there no database for the vending machine or anything like that?
A database for the vending machine?
Well, whatever the
cameras
pad plugs into. Is there a computer in there? Is there not a computer in there?
Oh, for the lock? What are you trying to get into?
Well, I assume there might be some sort of computer back here that controls all what the pad's doing. You know, putting the number for the.
You mean for the vending machine?
Yeah.
Basically for the fast food. Yeah, there's something there, sure.
Okay, I'll pull that up. and see if there's anything on there at all, or is there an operating system on there that the application for the food dispensary is running off?
Yes. It's running.
Okay.
It's running Windows 2043.
Oh, so only the next one. Actually, probably still be Windows 10. They did say Windows 10 would be the last one, and they'll just update it. Is it just Windows 10?
Service Pack 9027. Weighing in at a hefty 50 terabytes.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna
So they've
open
pared it down a bit then, yeah?
Yep.
I'm gonna see what applications are on the PC then.
Okay. So
I mean, I'm hoping for a security application. So if you want me to do it like a luck kind of
give me a
thing.
computers roll plus your logic.
Computers plus logic.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Okay. It's a very basic setup. They don't have like tons of complicated programs or anything like that. Straightforward. There's only a few applications that are on this computer with the errant porn program installed, probably for whoever is on maintenance. Let's be honest. This is a nice little room back here.
Do you think that's
Why
two
is there
ply or
heat
single
points?
ply?
What are you talking about, Doctor?
The tissue.
What is
It's not
a ply?
important.
I don't know what a ply is.
Well, one ply would just be the one sheet, two ply would be two together. You can get up to four. They usually call it some sort of quilting. I have a very sensitive bottom.
Are you implying that this paper has a thickness? Style points. Style points plus 1.
She's not here. Stop giving her style points.
Yes, right.
Why?
I just opened the porn app. Is it just going to the romance sections of
The porn app? No, it's probably got like a the spectacle probably has like a super hardcore section.
Why was Betty not in that?
And it's always the like really kind of rhythmic
because then we
EDM.
have to role play it, Fuzzy.
True. I think, yeah,
Betty probably didn't even cycle through the whole thing. She just saw romance and just went, "Oh, okay." You know,
Random.
not expecting that there would be porn. It's just, "Oh, okay." The first thing that came up.
Betty probably
is under
equates porn and
XXX.
romance to the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's because porn is under XXX rather than, P. Otherwise, she would have gone
It's
for
the
porn
last one
too.
on the list.
Yeah. It's in the adults only section.
Mhm. And then the serial subsection for the great production of Count Cocula.
So, yeah, you open up the porn section,
Universal Studios is now a porn company.
and it's just straight up. I mean, it has various like spectacle things. It's the equivalent of PornTube, but everything's behind a paywall.
Right. Ew.
So you said this was there any kind of security program or anything on there?
Yes, there is. It's a very basic kind of setup. Like I said, they have apps for the what you would assume are the most basic functions of this place. It's like food, security, porn,
Food,
maintenance.
security, and porn.
It's like
Eats, shoots, and lives.
so there's a whatchamacallit, maintenance, like there's a maintenance apps and stuff like that, but yeah.
Okay, I'll try and open the security app.
Okay.
See what
It
they
just
got.
opens up. You've got like probably like a log of just the different days and times and stuff like that.
Okay, is there any video footage? Anything like that? Any CCTV?
Sure, absolutely.
Ooh. I want to cycle through different cameras and see if any of them are anywhere near where that person was murdered.
There's probably like 3 different cameras inside the facility. There's one like facing eye level as soon as you walk through the door. There's one that's sort of on an angle, maybe from like the ceiling, and another one that's kind of angled from maybe like waist height up towards where it assumes somebody's face would be if they were making a purchase on the machine. All of it's generally kind of geared to aim at someone's face.
Okay. The one that's on the ceiling at a sort of an angle, does that look out a window?
Roll me your luck dice pool.
Bloop. 10.
On a 3d6, a 10. Yes, it does.
Ooh.
Thick. What time do you think that person was murdered, roughly? Within the hour, I guess.
Checking my logs. Ooh, ding. It looks like they were approximately murdered at...
They were only approximately murdered?
I'm sorry, Doctor. I was not aware that I needed a medical scanner installed in my systems.
No one? Okay.
Right, yes.
I got it. Sorry. I just didn't laugh because it wasn't funny.
Thank you, Skynicus. But okay, you just you tease.
So, she says, approximately, it appears, perhaps 45 minutes to 2 hours ago.
Okay, so I'm going to check that the door that we came in has closed itself, and then I want to scrub through the footage around about that time.
Okay. Start scrubbing through the footage. Give me an intuition plus computers, I think, for this.
Sounds good. Intuition.
13 on a 46. Scrubbing through the footage, what are you looking for?
Anyone who seems to be running, because if you've just murdered someone, you probably want to run away from that.
So, when you're scrubbing through the footage, you don't see anybody running. What you do see is the person that Ilya was talking to, the person that went by the name Hardware, and Hardware is speaking to a woman. Thin. She's got a sort of long red ponytail. He looks like he's ordering something from the Happy Hippo. Has like a little takeout bag.
Okay.
And it appears that they are talking for a brief while. He tries to push past her, and she puts a hand out to stop him. And he sort of starts to speak. It looks like he speaks loudly. You can't. There's no audio recording. It's just a visual. But it looks like he's kind of yelling at her or something. He kind of shakes her hand off and storms out.
That man seemed rather angry, don't you think?
That is the man that Ilya was speaking to. And I think that woman is the person that we were looking for. The one with the swords.
With the swords?
She reaches over, waggly arm. It just kind of pushes the rewind. And you can see there are sort of collapsed looking swords on her back. Like there's some kind of mechanical release for the swords. You can see like the hilts just kind of poking out. She probably has some kind of sleeveless hoodie on, we'll say. It's a sleeveless hoodie. She's got the hoodie kind of pulled up, and you can see that these swords are sticking out from... she's got like a backpack. They're behind the backpack, so in between her back and the backpack. It's like a little pink backpack. It looks like a little kid's backpack, and it's got a smiley face on it, but it's got some kind of it looks like it's been graffitied, basically. Like the smiley face has been kind of fucked up.
Okay. I'm gonna use my datapad to take a photo of the screen so I can just get a visual
Screenshot of the screen.
Well, I mean,
was that a Watchmen
how am I gonna
reference?
pull it off? There's no printer, right?
Good old dot matrix. No, there's not.
Why did Cyberpunk have such terrible tech?
Because it was made in the 80s.
And early 90s.
I just realized what Scoticus wrote in the group chat.
Zoom, now enhance.
And also, I just want to open up the app that controls the food and make sure that every pizza that is ordered automatically
Pineapple.
has pineapple on it.
Excellent.
I wait for style points.
You gain 3 style points.
I look incredibly chuffed.
How come that didn't work? What the fuck?
What? They didn't move best pizza?
No, it's supposed to be for 3 days.
Oh, I'm typing in the wrong thing.
I thought it was only 1 day.
Was it really?
Yeah, 1 day only.
Oh, no style points. Sorry.
Denied.
Either way, best pizza.
Right, best pizza. Good. So we have the sword person. Nice. I should probably do something muscly.
I turn the computer off with my knuckles.
Okay.
No, I probably don't want to turn the computer off. No, I don't do any of that. I punch some of the single ply toilet paper.
You just imagine your fist just crumpling weakly against it, like
Super slow
strain
motion.
your wrist.
Yeah, super slow motion, like side view, like profile.
The,
Like,
the toilet paper moves like half an inch
yeah.
and then rocks back again.
Never liked Elf's best toilet paper. Right, shall we?
All right, you head out. Betty. The chase is incredible. You guys are bobbing and weaving through the alleys. Please make me an attack roll with your pistol.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do, by the way, is I'm aiming for. I've taken my phaser off stern and on to, actually kill, but I'm aiming for the tires of the motorbikes
Okay.
rather than the heavily armored dudes, or at least the armored dudes. So yeah, do I still get reckless since I'm, probably got my back to them?
I'm going to say no on this one.
All right. Fair enough. It was worth a try. Right.
Maybe if you were positioned in a different way, but I'm going to say no.
Never mind.
27 on a what? On a 66. Holy shit. Okay.
Betty's not actually that bad in a fight.
Yeah.
but she used to be a
You
fight.
also, to be fair, Fuzzy rolls really well. Fuzzy.
Oh, you've cursed it now.
Yeah,
You've
Fuzzy
cursed it, you
Fuzzy
said it.
rolls really well. Peachy rolls like utter shit, and Fuzzy
I am
rolls
the nega
well.
Peachy.
Yeah.
I am the nega
She's always rolled very well. Yeah, you
You are
take aim with the phaser. The shot goes off, hitting the front tire of the lead motorcycle person.
Does it do that thing where it explodes and everything backflips?
Oh, absolutely. They've got an SMG
yeah.
trained on you. One hand on the steering column, and the front tire just explodes. Just in slow motion, you see the bike just flip forward, slamming the person in the seat, crunch, right onto the asphalt, sliding, slamming into a car that's kind of parked off to the side of the road. You guys come flying out through the alleyway.
Betty's just looking a little bit smug.
There's water that like splashes up from a puddle. It just you guys get sprayed, and there's like a
Betty
head
just
shake moment.
The beard's just flapping.
Yeah.
Glistening.
And your clothes become like slightly more see-through, and
If that's possible.
yeah, and
Glistening nipples.
you can see like some of the other bikes get kind of caught up. There's a few that just kind of maneuver around the one in front, bobbing and weaving through the alley. Molly, does not drive well. 9, 12. So she says, "Shit, hang on, hairpin." She hits a curb hard. The bike starts to skid. You guys start.
Right in the outer labia. Ow!
You guys flop onto the curb. The back wheel skids on water, and you could feel the bike start to tip over, sliding on the ground, grinding your left leg on the asphalt as you're sliding. You guys have already.
I didn't need that kneecap.
You guys have already kind of started to slow down as she went off the curb, and the back of the bike is just kind of sliding out, so that the front of the bike starts to spin around for where you came from, and you can hear this like horrible grinding of metal on asphalt. You can feel your leg kind of getting torn up, as you get some road rash there. It's not good.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh, it stings.
The others seem to have the same problem as they try to make the turn when they come out. They start to crash into each other. I rolled exactly the same roll. They basically try to make the turn, and as they do, they just kind of start to spill out onto the road, crashing into each other, basically making a pile as they kind of slide across the asphalt, heading towards you guys.
Oh, bugger. Can I take a pot shot at them as they're sliding?
Sure.
Right. I'm just going to sort of like snap off a shot and...
What are you aiming for?
Hoping for a gas tank.
Wrong button.
Was it?
Yeah, you hit the notes one. You hit the
Oh,
equipment.
sorry. Oh, no.
A 19.
Just have my leg shredded.
A 19 on a 66 is enough. The shot immediately aims for some kind of gas tank. You connect. Unfortunately, it's Cyberpunk future. It doesn't have a gas tank. It's electric.
Lithium-ion battery?
Sure, it's a lithium-ion battery.
No. If it's a lithium-ion battery and they're sliding through a puddle, lithium is highly reactive with water, so it's at least going to start, sort of smoking wildly and,
Oh yeah,
flaring off.
but the phaser hits on this kind of electric motor, sending sparks everywhere. Smoke starts billowing up as the casing is open and it makes contact with the water. You can see this kind of smoke screen. People kind of coughing, getting stuck. Molly just kind of grabs you and says, "Bike's trashed. Let's go, Betty."
Right. Lead the way. Ow.
Yeah, you guys kind of like try to hobble your way. I mean, you're both hurt, for sure. This was definitely not a pleasant experience. Please give me an endurance check.
Right.
You can, if you have Hardy, you can add that.
I do not believe I do. No. Endurance. Come on, baby.
Ooh, a 2 on a 2d6. You're hurt way worse than you thought. Basically,
Is that bone? Oh, bugger.
you got a status effect. Let me see what it's gonna be. It's
Adrenaline dump kicks in.
Let's see. Status effect. Life combat.
I also happen to have a lithium-ion battery. If we want to pierce it right now and see
No,
what happens, just so we
it's good.
can make it real with, with the bikes.
Don't do it indoors.
We all know what
Don't
happens.
do it indoors, mate. Don't do it indoors.
Do we?
Yes.
Do we really? Have we
Yes,
done
we
it
do.
ourselves?
Okay, so
Fine.
status effect. You have got. This is gonna be probably. Go back. I had it right there. Why'd you do that? It's down at the
Oh,
bottom
sorry, I
right.
didn't realize you were fiddling
Yeah.
with my. Sorry.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be. Probably ballistic, I think, is the closest. Or no, slashing. I guess it'd be slashing because you shredded your leg. So bleeding. This is going to be on the moderate bleeding. Your leg is just kind of fucked up. It's causing you to kind of limp a bit, and you're a bit slowed as well. Let me just check and see. What's the slow one? Hearing, alertness, pain. It's probably pain. Maybe tired. Let me see. Status tracks 157 to 161. Charred, hard of hearing, disoriented. Basically, it's gonna affect your speed and your bleeding. I'm trying to find out which one that is. So bleeding, the target loses 1 health at the start of each of their turns. So that's 1 for bleeding. Where's the speed one? Slowed. The target moves at half speed. That is mobility moderate. Do they have that one? Mobility cryo cold. It's mobility, but just because you keep switching off the thing. I'm telling you
sorry,
what it is.
I'm thinking about a thing. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so it's mobility and it's moderate. So normally it's a cryo cold track, but in this case it's just because you fucked up your leg.
Right,
So
okay.
yeah, you're moving at half speed and you're bleeding.
Right. Can I use my always prepared exploit?
Depends. How do you want to use it?
I will have taken. I have a medical sort of like spray somewhere in the depths of my cleavage, because
So-
you never know when you might need it.
Okay. Do you have... So this is a kind of situation where you're always prepared. I think that's kind of like a general kind of item usage. But I think if you're actually using a game item, I don't think you can just give yourself a thing. What does your always prepared say?
Okay, you have a brilliant tactical mind, are always prepared. You may declare a single action which you took prior to the encounter, even if you didn't know the encounter was going to take place, which helps you in this exact scenario. This must be an action you were capable of. So an action would be, I shoved a healing spray down my cleavage.
So instead of a healing spray, I'm going to say it has to kind of be situational based on the spectacle that you're in. I'm going to say that you've got maybe...
Silk restraints you can use instead.
yeah.
All right, then,
Absolutely. Kind of an impromptu bandage.
Yeah.
yeah. It's just like, oh, right, I've got that blindfold, haven't I? Right, here we go. All right, 2 seconds. Right.
Okay, so I'm going to say that... I'll say that takes care of the bleeding,
Yep.
but you're slowed still because you're kind of hobbling.
cool.
You're kind of doing that awkward hop thing.
Hop, run,
Yeah.
hop, run, yeah.
Yeah.
Hop, hop.
Yeah, and Molly's also seemingly kind of fucked up too. So yeah, you guys start running towards what looks to be some kind of shop. Molly just kind of opens the front door and she says, "In here."
Right.
She hops into the shop and closes the door. There's some kind of electric blinds that she just hits the button on, and just clack, 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 clack. You see the blind just kind of close up.
You're right there.
She says, "Not yet. Give it a second." She's like trying to like look through the blinds, but she's hiding most of her body behind the wall.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna sort of I'm assuming I'll have more than one of these because you might need several restraints for different things. Yeah. So I'm just gonna basically sort of bandage up her leg as well while she's doing that. Right? Don't mind me. Ooh.
She says, "Shh."
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Several figures make their way past the front door of the shop. One tries the doorknob, starts to rattle, and that's where we're going to take our next break. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned for more Turner Warped, Season 2, Episode 20. We'll be right back in 5 minutes. Hang tight.